What if the greatest obstacle to your success isn't a lack of intelligence, money, or opportunity, but a lack of focus? Think about it. Every single day, your phone buzzes. Emails flood your inbox. Social media calls for your attention. And without even realizing it, your life is being carved into tiny, distracted fragments. At the end of the day, you feel exhausted, but not accomplished. You were busy, but you didn't create anything meaningful. This is the trap of shallow work, the trap of distraction. And it's the reason so many people feel stuck in a cycle of busyness without progress. But there is another way, a way to reclaim your attention, a way to multiply your results, your creativity, and your sense of purpose. Cal Newport calls it deep work. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's about entering a state where your concentration is so deep, your productivity so high, that hours pass like minutes, and the quality of your work reaches its highest level. This is not about working harder. It's about working smarter by working deeper. In this video, we're going to explore the powerful lessons from deep work. You'll discover why focus is the ultimate superpower in today's world. You'll learn how to train your brain to resist distraction. You'll uncover rituals, routines, and strategies to help you protect your attention and do the work that truly matters. And by the end of this journey, you'll know how to transform your days from scattered and shallow into focused and meaningful. So let's begin. Let's step into the world of deep work and unlock the power of your undivided attention. Part 1. The Age of Distraction. We live in a world of constant interruption. Your phone vibrates. A new email appears. Social media tempts you with an endless scroll of updates. And just when you try to focus, another notification steals your attention. Here's the painful truth. Our brains were never designed for this level of stimulation. Every time you switch tasks, from writing an email to checking a message, from working on a project to scrolling through Instagram, your attention doesn't fully transfer. Psychologists call this attention residue. It means a part of your mind is still stuck on the previous task, even as you try to move forward. So your concentration weakens, your progress slows down, and your energy drains away. Now imagine this happening dozens, maybe even hundreds of times every single day. No wonder people feel busy all the time, yet rarely accomplish anything truly meaningful. Think about your own life. How many times have you sat down with the intention to focus, only to find yourself lost in shallow tasks? Checking notifications, replying to messages, jumping from one small distraction to another. At the end of the day, you look back and ask yourself, what did I really achieve today? This is the hidden cost of distraction. It doesn't just steal minutes from your life. It steals meaning. It keeps you stuck on the surface, never diving deep into your full potential. Cal Newport explains it this way. Shallow work might keep you looking busy, but it doesn't build value. It doesn't create breakthroughs. It doesn't move you toward mastery. Distraction is cheap. Focus is priceless. And here's the most important realization. In today's economy, the ability to focus deeply is becoming rare, but it is also becoming more valuable than ever before. The people who succeed are not the ones who stay busy. They are the ones who can go deep, who can cut through the noise, who can lock into hard problems and stay there long enough to solve them. So if you've ever felt frustrated, tired, or overwhelmed by shallow work, if you've ever felt like you're drowning in busyness but starving for meaning, know this, you are not alone. But there is a way out. It begins by understanding the value of deep work. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Part 2. The value of deep work. What makes deep work so powerful? To answer this, let's look at the world we live in. We are surrounded by complexity. Technology moves fast. Jobs evolve quickly. The skills that matter today may be irrelevant tomorrow. In this kind of world, one thing becomes clear. The ability to learn hard things quickly and the ability to produce work at an elite level are the two most valuable skills you can have. And here's the secret. Both of these depend on deep work. Think about it. If you can focus deeply, you can master new skills faster than others. You can read more carefully, absorb more knowledge, and connect ideas more effectively. At the same time, that focus allows you to create work that is higher in quality and greater in impact. Shallow work cannot do this. Answering emails, sitting in meetings, or reacting to notifications will never lead to breakthrough results. Shallow work keeps you busy, but deep work makes you truly valuable. Let's look at some examples. A computer scientist who spends hours in uninterrupted concentration can create powerful algorithms that change industries. An author who works deeply can write books that influence millions of lives. An entrepreneur who protects their focus can design businesses that reshape the future. Every great achievement in every field comes from sustained periods of deep concentration. Now here's the challenge. Deep work is becoming rare. Most people can't sit still for more than a few minutes without reaching for their phone. They crave quick rewards, instant updates, constant stimulation. But because it is rare, deep work is also more valuable than ever. Cal Newport makes a bold point. If you can master this one skill, the ability to focus deeply without distraction, you will have an enormous advantage in today's economy. You'll not only stand out, you'll thrive. And this isn't just about money or career success. Deep work also brings meaning to your life. When you enter a deep state of focus, you feel a sense of flow. Time disappears. Your mind feels alive. You are no longer distracted, no longer scattered. You are fully present. And in those moments, you create something that feels purposeful. That sense of meaning, of being deeply engaged in what you are doing, is what makes life rich and fulfilling. So here's the truth. Shallow work might fill your schedule, but deep work will fill your soul. This is why deep work matters. It makes you rare. It makes you valuable. And most importantly, it makes your life meaningful. And now that we understand its value, let's learn the rules that will help us master it. Part 3. Rule 1. Work deeply. If deep work is so valuable, why doesn't everyone do it? Because deep work is hard. It requires discipline. It requires intention. And most of all, it requires structure. Here's the truth. You cannot just try to work deeply whenever you feel like it. If you wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, or the perfect burst of motivation, you'll never enter deep focus. Instead, you must build systems and rituals that pull you into depth. Cal Newport explains it like this. Deep work doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Let's imagine a writer. If she waits for inspiration, she might write a page here, a paragraph there, but never finish her book. But if she sets a daily ritual, waking up at the same time, sitting in the same chair, and writing for 3 hours no matter what, the book gets finished. Rituals remove the need for willpower. They signal to your brain, this is the time to focus. So how do you create your own ritual? Start by choosing a time. Decide in advance when you will do your deep work. Maybe it's the first 2 hours of the morning before the world wakes up. Maybe it's late at night when everything is quiet. Consistency matters more than perfection. Next, choose a place. Have a location dedicated to focus. It could be your office, a quiet library, or even a small corner of your room. When you step into that space, your brain should know, this is where deep work happens. Then define your rules. Decide exactly what you'll work on. Decide how long you'll work. And decide how you'll handle distractions. For example, no phone, no internet, no interruptions during deep work sessions. Finally, protect your energy. Deep work takes mental effort. You cannot focus deeply if you're exhausted, hungry, or burned out. So take care of your body, rest well, move your body. A healthy mind and body are the foundation of focus. Now, some people think they don't have time for this. They believe their schedules are too busy. But here's a powerful shift. Instead of trying to squeeze deep work into your shallow life, start shaping your life around deep work. Use time blocking. Plan your day hour by hour. Give your best hours to your most important tasks. Push the shallow work, emails, messages, paperwork, to the margins. When you do this, something incredible happens. Your productivity skyrockets. You start achieving in 2 hours what used to take you 8. And your sense of progress, your sense of purpose, begins to grow. This is the power of working deeply. It's not about cramming more into your day. It's about focusing your energy where it matters most. So remember this, deep work is not about luck or talent. It's about building habits, rituals, and systems that make focus inevitable. When you commit to working deeply, you begin to live deeply. And once you master this first rule, you're ready for the second. A rule that will test your patience, strengthen your discipline, and train your focus like never before. Part 4. Rule 2. Embrace boredom. Here's a question. When was the last time you allowed yourself to be bored? Think about it. Most of us can't stand even a few seconds of boredom. Waiting in line, sitting in traffic, or pausing between tasks, what do? We instantly reach for our phone. We scroll. We swipe. We fill every empty moment with stimulation. But here's the truth. If you want to master deep work, you must learn to embrace boredom. Because focus is like a muscle, and just like any muscle, it grows when you train it. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, every time you sit with boredom instead of escaping it, you are strengthening your ability to concentrate. On the other hand, if you constantly give in to distraction, your brain becomes restless. It becomes addicted to novelty. And when it's time to do deep, meaningful work, you'll find it almost impossible to stay focused. Cal Newport gives us a powerful lesson. Don't train your brain to crave distraction. Train it to crave focus. So how do we do this? First, practice focus in short sessions. Set aside time to work deeply, maybe 30 minutes at first. During that time, no phone, no internet, no distractions, just one task. At first, your mind will resist. You'll feel restless. You'll want to quit. But stay with it. Over time, your capacity for deep concentration will expand. Second, schedule breaks from focus. This may sound surprising, but it works. Instead of constantly taking breaks during work, flip the script. Tell yourself, I will focus deeply for this block of time. Then I will allow myself a short break. This way, you train your brain to wait for distraction instead of constantly seeking it. Third, use boredom as training. Next time you're waiting in line, resist the urge to check your phone. Instead, notice your surroundings. Pay attention to your breathing. Or simply sit in silence. These small acts of discipline prepare your brain for bigger challenges. And here's the reward. The more you practice embracing boredom, the more you'll discover something amazing. Your mind becomes calmer. Your attention becomes sharper. And entering deep focus feels natural, not forced. Think about athletes. They train their bodies to handle stress. Musicians train their fingers to master instruments. In the same way, you must train your mind to handle stillness. When you embrace boredom, you break free from the addiction to distraction. You reclaim control over your own attention. And this control is priceless. Because once you own your attention, you own your future. So the next time boredom appears, don't run from it, welcome it, sit with it, use it as an opportunity to strengthen your focus muscle. This is the path to deep work. And once you've learned to embrace boredom, you're ready for the next step, removing one of the biggest enemies of focus, social media. Part 5. Rule 3. Quit social media. Let me ask you this. How many times today have you checked your phone without even thinking? Most people don't realize it, but social media has been designed to hijack your attention. Every notification, every red dot, every endless scroll. It's all built to keep you hooked. Now, here's the problem. Every minute you spend chasing likes, comments, and updates is a minute you're not spending on deep, meaningful work. Social media promises connection, but most of the time, it delivers distraction. Cal Newport gives us a bold rule. If you want to master deep work, you must take back control from social media. That doesn't mean you need to delete everything forever, but it does mean you should evaluate each tool carefully. Ask yourself this question. Does this platform bring me deep value or shallow distraction? If it doesn't directly support your goals, your growth, or your purpose, Why keep it? Here's a powerful experiment. Pick one social media platform. Quit it for 30 days. At the end, ask yourself, did my life get worse without it? Most people discover the opposite. They feel calmer, more focused, more present. You see, when you step away from social media, something amazing happens. You realize how much of your attention was being stolen. You suddenly have more hours to read, to learn, to create, to spend with the people who matter most. And here's the truth. No one will remember how many times you scrolled through feeds, but they will remember the work you created. They will remember the depth of your presence. They will remember the value you brought into the world. So here's the challenge. Don't let social media control your life. Use it with intention or not at all. Because every moment you spend online is a trade. You're trading your focus, your energy, your life. Make sure that trade is worth it. Deep work requires your best hours. Don't waste them on shallow scrolling. And once you free yourself from the pull of social media, you'll have the clarity to tackle the next challenge, draining the shallow work that clutters your days. Part 6, Rule 4, Drain the Shallows. Think about your average day. How much of it is spent in meetings, emails, scrolling, or busy work? Be honest. For most people, the answer is shocking. We're drowning in shallow work. Shallow work is anything that keeps you busy, but doesn't really move the needle. Answering every email instantly, sitting through meetings with no purpose, updating reports that no one reads. It feels like you're working, but at the end of the day, you're exhausted and you've built nothing meaningful. Cal Newport's message here is simple but powerful. If you want to do deep work, you must drain the shallows. What does that mean? It means reducing, sometimes ruthlessly, the low-value tasks that eat your time. Let's make this practical. Imagine your time as a bank account. Every day, you get 24 hours deposited. Shallow work is like leaking coins from a hole in your pocket. Deep work, on the other hand, is like making a high-return investment. So, how do you drain the shallows? First, schedule your time. When you give every hour a purpose, you create intention. You'll know exactly when you're doing deep work and when you're handling the shallow stuff. No more drifting. Second, set limits. Give shallow work a small box on your calendar, maybe 1 or 2 hours, and once that time is up, stop. Don't let emails or little tasks expand endlessly. Third, say no more often. Every yes to shallow commitments is a no to deep work. Protect your focus like it's sacred, because it is. Here's a thought. What if, instead of answering emails in 3 minutes, you answered them in 24 hours? What if, instead of being in every meeting, you only joined the ones that truly needed you? You wouldn't just save time. You'd reclaim your attention, your creativity, your energy. And let's be honest, most of the things we obsess over don't really matter. But the deep work you do, the book you write, the business you build, the skills you master, those will stay with you forever. Cal Newport reminds us that our lives are shaped by what we choose to give our attention to. So ask yourself, do you want to be remembered for being busy or for creating something meaningful? When you drain the shallows, you stop being controlled by noise and start creating with purpose. And that brings us to the end of the core principles of deep work. But before we close, let's step back and reflect. How do all these rules come together? And how can you apply them, starting today? That's what we'll explore in the conclusion. We've reached the end of deep work. And now you know, focus is not just a skill, it's the edge that separates ordinary effort from extraordinary achievement. The truth is simple. Shallow work keeps you busy, but deep work builds your legacy. It's the difference between being consumed by distractions or creating something that will outlast you. So here's my challenge for you. Don't just listen and move on. Apply this. Block out even one sacred hour tomorrow for deep, focused work. Delete a distraction that steals your time. Guard your attention like it's your most valuable treasure, because it is. And if this message inspired you, take one more step. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs this reminder, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another life-changing book summary. Every click of support helps us grow this community of learners and doers, people just like you who choose depth over distraction and purpose over noise. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Until next time, master your focus, protect your time, and commit to the deep work that will shape your future. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful book summaries that can change the way you think, work, and live.